Hey now, what's up everybody? My name is Mike Brown, aka ReviewKingMB, and I am here to talk about and review Scream the Halloween special. Now this was a special 2-hour episode, so I don't have a lot of time. I have to jump right into it. At the very beginning of the episode, we see that it's been 8 months later since the finale of season 2, and Kieran is being sentenced like 10 consecutive life terms. So he's in prison, or at least in the cell. And then all of a sudden, the killer shows up like right above his cell. And I said to myself, wow, how the hell did this guy get through a prison security system undetected? The killer came down, killed one of the cops, went to Karen, and it seemed like him and Karen had some type of agreement until the killer slit Karen's throat. What? I gotta be honest, I was not expecting that. I was completely shocked and surprised, and I gotta give the show kudos. It was a great opening, a great first scene, especially as Karen is crawling away from him and the killer comes and stabs him again through the throat. Like, definitively kills Karen off. Yes, Karen is dead. I will say that this opening scene was probably one of the best kills that the show has ever done. Mostly because it felt like Scream. It did. Hell, I'll even say it felt more like Scream than the kill from season 1 with Bella Thorne. Like, this just felt like shocking. They killed off a major character. I will give the show kudos when they deserve it. We get the scene of Emma and her mom, and you know what I'm going to say. These two together are like death. It's like the two worst actresses on this show, on this cast, talking to each other about their feelings, and neither one of them can sell their emotions. I mean, the actress who plays Emma, Willa Fitzgerald, she's better, but not good enough to work with the actress who plays her mom. It's terrible. It's awful. They're talking about college and some bullshit. Audrey is dating some random girl, Gina, that we've never seen before. And I was upset to see this. I was upset to see this because I honestly thought that the show was going to grab some balls, grow some balls, and make Audrey date Emma, because I just thought that's the direction they were going, but they didn't do it. What more can I say? Now you get random douchebag number 7. He comes up and he wants Noah and I guess Stavo to write a graphic novel based on the new killings because they can make a bunch of money off of it, I guess. Noah can't seem to start writing this and really get it going. So douchebag number 7 has the great idea of, hey, to help your writer's block, let's go to this random island called Murder Island that has this house where supposedly years and years and years ago, this woman, Anna Hobbs, killed her whole family and killed this other guy and then killed herself. And hey, let's spend some time there to, I don't know, jog your creativity. Why? I don't know. Why would you want to get away from Lakewood and all the killings that went on there? Let's go to an island where it's known for this big, huge mass murder spree that happened before. I didn't get the logic behind it, but they went there and did it anyways. Now Emma gets the bright idea of wanting to get a tattoo. She goes to the place and she can't decide what to get, and she ends up meeting this guy, Alex. Accidentally takes her bag of stuff. I really thought that was him trying to get her to talk to him, which was smooth. I will give Alex that. We find out that Brooke and Stavo, not only are they still together, but they're having relationship problems. Oh, let's all get upset over the fact that Brooke is going to go to New York for college, and Stavo, he was going to move with her. Really? These two are that serious to where he's gonna move to New York for her? And she says, you know what, let's rethink this. How about you don't move with me? Even she's saying, look dude, this is just like for fun and a fling, but we're not really gonna stay together, let's be honest. And he gets pissed about it. In fact, he goes off and he invites this girl who lives like next door, Billy. He invites her over their place for some campfire thing, and he only does it just to piss Brooke off. what a dick this Stavo guy is, because not only is he messing with Brooke, but now he's messing with this girl Billy, mess with her feelings and emotions. That's messed up. So Billy, when she comes over, it's awkward with her and Brooke, but she tells them the story of Anna Hobbs. We get flashbacks, supposedly, of what happened, of her killing everybody. And then douchebag number 7 shows up wearing a mask, supposedly the mask that Anna wore when she killed people. And it's like a prank or something. I'm like, dude, I know you're a douchebag. I know we just met you, so you being a complete idiot is in the realm of possibility, but you can't be that dumb to realize that that prank with this group on this time was a bad move. But apparently he didn't get the memo. I actually like the fact that Billy like tackled him down and was like, what the fuck? And so she almost has a moment where she almost tries to kiss Stavo, but he actually has a conscience and says, no, we can't do it. She goes into her house and she gets killed. And I was upset because out of all of the characters on this show, out of all the characters that I think are either lazily written or just badly acted, I thought this actress that played Billy, I liked her. I thought she was good. She was fine. But they killed her off, and she gets killed by the person wearing the same mask. The killer calls Emma after she spent some time with Alex, so they're starting to get cozy. The killer calls Emma, and it was refreshing to hear the killer's voice, because it's the only time we heard the voice in the episode. And then you see that the killer also kills the sheriff. Of course, the black guy, the only black guy in town. Of course he's going to get killed. Even his severed head is left at the doorstep of their house. So that was nice. Now, not only does Gina, Audrey's new girlfriend, randomly show up at their door like, hey guys, I'm here and there's a dead body here. So that was super sketchy, it was. But not only that, Alex randomly shows up even after Emma said, hey, or he said he'll call her. But yet he came back? Like, really? Really? So they all get into his Scooby van. I'm sorry, but it looked like the Scooby van. And they're driving to go to his boat because they're going to try to get to safety. But when they get there, the boat's gone. Somebody stole the boat. So now they're going to go to Alex's house, which coincidentally is the same house where all of the Anna Hobbs stuff happened. So now they're freaking out. Now they don't know what to do. And then Emma gets Alex alone and she tells him everything. She tells him like literally everything. Everything about her life, her crazy messed up experiences, and just everything that she's been through. And it's like, dude, you've met this guy for maybe, what, 2 days? You hung out with him once, and you're going to tell him about how you've been cursed with killers trying to get at you, and how you've killed people. You're going to break that to him on the second day? Wow. And Alex's reaction was kind of priceless. He said, wow, for everything that you guys have been through, you guys sure seem calm. Which is almost like even the writer's way of saying, yeah, we know that these guys aren't great actors and they're not really acting like they've been through some serious shit, because they should be. Like, I know they're not the greatest actors in the world, but let's pretend like you guys have actually been through some shit. But we see random douchebag number 7 randomly show up to the house, and he's like, hey, let me in. Super sketchy, but by this point I knew that he wasn't the killer because it was too obvious. Like, every sign was pointed to this guy, like killer, 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 killer. It was way too obvious. So I was just waiting for the other shoe to drop. I was waiting for the moment where we did find out he wasn't the killer, and that moment doesn't take long. But before I get there, Audrey questions her girlfriend Gina and says, because Gina says that she took the ferry to get there. So Audrey realizes, wait, if you took the ferry, so you've been here since like the morning. So you've been just hanging out at the island this whole time? You've been what, doing what at this island? How did you find the house that was staying in. And Gina gets pissed. Gina's like, how dare you accuse me of being the killer, all this stuff, and she storms off. And I'm like, actually, no. Audrey's right. This sounds super sketchy. It really doesn't make sense how you got here or what you've been doing here or how you found them. And you didn't answer any of the questions. So, not that I thought that Gina was the killer, because when you saw the build of the masked killer earlier, it was clear that it was a dude, but I thought it was possible that maybe somehow, some way Gina was a part of it. Then we see Alex kill douchebag number 7. I know his name's Jeremy. I know, it's funnier to call him douchebag number 7 because he looked like a douchebag. And Alex kills this guy. Now, I wasn't shocked. I wasn't. I kind of figured out it was him once he showed up at the house, like right after Gina. That's when I went like, okay, and I figured it was going to be one of the newer characters. Then Noah and the rest of the group find a secret door. They see that the door leads a path to the other house, and he sees that the 2 houses are connected underground, and he somehow, some way figures out that this must mean that Anna didn't kill everybody, that it was actually the other old guy who killed them, and then Anna killed him back, and then his wife covered it up. When Noah was trying to explain how all of this worked and how all of it made sense, I was just sitting there like, really, dude? You figured this out from a secret door? And then Brooke said that. Brooke said, really? You figured this out from a door? So I at least like the fact that there was one character that said that sounds far-fetched. So maybe ultimately that's not what happened. That's just Noah spewing and talking. Then they figure out that Alex isn't really Alex, that there was an Alex who must be dead, and it's this guy Tom. Then we see the masked killer go after Emma, and this got confusing because the masked guy went after Emma, she fought him off, he ran away, the other door, in walks Alex, and he's like, oh, what's going on? This is where this guy, his horrible acting really came into play. He's like, I heard your screams, so I came running. I'm like, oh, fuck you. It's just terrible acting. And he's like, oh, let me make sure that the coast is clear. And he runs off. Emma sees a trail of blood coming out of the cabinets. I'm like, amateur this guy is. She opens it, sees that it's the real Alex dead because he had like a name tag on him. Hi, I'm Alex. You must be Alex. So then the fake Alex comes in and he's like, I wish you shouldn't have done that. He has a shotgun. Now, this is where I got confused. If he came in with the mask on to try to kill Emma, but then he went around and took the mask off and came back around without the mask, he didn't try to kill Emma, and then he started spewing this confession about how his real story about what happened to his parents and how they're so much alike and they should be together and run away together. And I just thought, well, if you really wanted to stay with Emma and be with her, why did you just come in before this with the mask and try to kill her? How does any of this make sense? And if you really wanted to kill her, well, when you came back without the mask, why didn't you just fucking shoot her in the face right there? What the fuck? So she buys into, or she's playing it up and she's pretending like she's interested, but she's not. She attacks him. There's a moment that was kind of funny where he was running after Emma and then Gina just showed up out of nowhere. He turned around, he's like, where's Emma? And she ran away, and then Emma stabbed him in the back. Now Emma just stabbed him in the back and then ran. It's like, well, why don't you keep stabbing him? Make sure he's dead. Kill him. She runs up to the balcony. He comes and she tries to be a strong character, talks about her name and she doesn't need people or something. He runs after her and she just like bypasses and he like falls over the balcony and dies. So there you go. There's your episode. He did confess that he wasn't the one that killed Karen. So basically, this plot, which was kind of a ripoff of I Still Know What You Did Last Summer, let's be honest. They all go to an island for vacation, and the killer just so happens to be there to kill them. Now, Not only is it bad enough that you're ripping off the plot of I Still Know What You Did Last Summer, because that movie sucks, but you're even doing it to where it was so convenient that they go to this island and that this guy, who I guess was going to kill people there anyways, just so happened to stumble upon them and try to kill them as well. I think he said something about how he fabricated the Anna Hobbs story to get them to come there, but it's like, what the fuck? This is so far-fetched. This is so fucking stupid. This is so fucking forced. And the very last thing that we see is Noah doing narration, trying to figure out who was the one that killed Karen. They still don't know who that was. So that's the lead up to season 3. Because yes, there will be a season 3, unfortunately. And so that's the big mystery. Who killed Karen? We see Emma's dad looking at Karen's grave. So that was kind of weird. But then we see some random guy with the name Mr. James checking into a hotel. So, I mean, if this isn't Brendan James, then who the hell else can it be? Honestly, this episode was bad. It was bad. I'm trying to be nice, and I want to say that, look, they tried something different. They brought in a different killer, a different story. He even had a different look. Like, they tried different things. I appreciate it. But overall, a lot of missteps, a lot of mistakes, a lot of poor writing, a lot of contrived writing, a lot of contrived situations. This episode did not make me think that the show's going to be better. It's still the same level of writing. It's still the same level of acting. It's still the same level of stupidity. Anyways, guys, let me know in the comments below if you too saw the Halloween special. What did you think? Did you like it? Did you love it? It's okay if you disagree with me. We can talk about this. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Later. Please won't you save my